Yes, thank you. Good day, everyone, and thanks to Hunter's Hope for organizing the symposium. My name is PJ Borandi, General Manager for PerkinElmer U.S. Clinical Laboratories. I'm based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and today I have the pleasure of discussing leukodystrophy testing program in Pennsylvania. The testing algorithms that we'll go through today. I'll start with the Pennsylvania Technical Advisory Board, which is comprised of dedicated and passionate healthcare providers and providers. Yep, thank you. So the newborn screening and follow-up program has implemented LSD testing over the last 5 years. However, the screening for these disorders has not always been mandated. Historically, the program has had 2 separate screening panels. The mandatory screening panel includes disorders that are mandated by the state. There was a second panel that's a mandatory follow-up panel that includes disorders that each submitter would elect to screen for them. And as you can see in the table, there were disorders added throughout, starting in February of 2016, with Pompe, MPS 1, ALD were all on the mandatory panel. Krabbe, Fabry, Niemann-Pick, and Gaucher were what were moved towards the follow-up panel that could be elected by the submitters. Next slide. So recent legislation, House Bill 730 was introduced in April of 2019. And there was a companion bill, Senate Bill 983, that was introduced in December of 2019. Senate Bill 983 moved through the legislative process and was then approved as Act 133, November 25th of last year. It was recently implemented on May 24th of this year. And basically, Act 133 mandates screening for all disorders on the 2 separate panels. This ensures the equitable screening throughout. 2 screening panels remain separated within the Act, however. This delineates responsibility for payment. Really, the fiscal responsibility is split between the program and then the hospital. The bill also required the program to screen for conditions listed on the RUSP. Fabry, Gaucher, and Niemann-Pick were removed from the panel. However, these can still be ordered by submitters if wanted. Unrelated to the screening panels, though, the bill also included several other programmatic changes. Next slide, please. So I mentioned the state's LSD subcommittee. It is a subset of the Technical Advisory Board, or TAB, and they met frequently between the passing of the bill and the implementation of Act 133. The subcommittee consists of program staff, representatives from PerkinElmer, Dr. Maria Escolar from the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, who's also part of the national consortium, and also medical professionals from several contracted metabolic treatment centers located throughout Pennsylvania. The subcommittee met to discuss referral centers, report language, and the algorithm as well. Currently, all of the referrals are made to center with a pediatric bone marrow transplant program, which includes the children's hospitals in both Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Next slide, please. So these next 2 slides show the testing flow diagram for Krabbe screening for first and for repeated samples. As mentioned, these testing algorithms were reviewed and approved by the LSD subcommittee after several meetings. You'll notice that the testing consists of enzyme, cytosine 30 kb deletion, along with sequencing. A lot of the, as you can step through this, we won't guide you through it, but there's some things that are in here as we branch off that are used for internal tracking purposes as well. The next slide will show the second or repeat sample that receives enzyme testing, then moves directly to gene sequencing if the result is below the cutoff. Next slide. So the LSD committee will continue to meet as we move forward for CRAB-A. They'll continue to meet on a regular basis, really to review the data, look at the algorithms, look at the report language, gets feedback from the referral centers, and that's going to be an important process as the program moves forward. Screening numbers that were available through July 8th, keep in mind this started on May 25th. Total screen about 14,500. 0 presumptive positives so far, before what we're calling inconclusives, pseudodeficiency, 1 pseudodeficiency, and 3 that are pending right now. If we move to the next slide, we'll touch on ALD, the ALD program. It started April 1st of 2017, and as you see in the chart, there's two years, 2019 and 2020. Each year relatively the same, except the one thing would be the infantile cases in 2020. We had 4 in the state of Pennsylvania. Referrals are made, it's important to note, to the contracted centers, and there are 6 of them, 6 different regions in the state of Pennsylvania. The last slide, really just a special thanks to the department, to the Pennsylvania LSD subcommittee, all of the members that are on there. They've spent a lot of time, effort, energy, debate as it relates to the algorithm, the program, the language that goes on the report. So certainly thanks to them. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak today. Thank you.